all over me. Don't be shy, take control of me. Get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Baby girl, you give me 10 ton of fatness. Give me some of that. Thinks with the badness.
So I was living at the children's home. I was literally living there from grade 9 straight up until I left high school, and that's when I left. And so listen, I really wanted to leave because we can't have fun, we can't go. Listen, I was so sheltered. I didn't know anything, you know. I didn't know anything about like the outside world, because it was like school, then back to the home, school, then back to the home. I mean, we went to sports day and stuff, but like I've never gone to a fete in high school because that was just not a thing. And so, but the children's home, they would, you know, like take us out when it's summer. We'd have summer school on campus, on the grounds, and then we'd have trips here and there. You know, persons used to come and treat us from like schools, college, work group and stuff like that. So we got to, you know, meet people, interact with other persons outside of who's living in children's home. And so, you know, but I didn't want to stay. I just didn't want to stay there. And so of course, when I got of age, well, I finished high school when I was 17, and so I left. And listen, if I could take it back, I wouldn't take it back, because I needed to go through what I went through to be where I'm at today. And so, you know, I left there, and so I used to stay with my uncle in Golden Spring. And so, listen, I love my uncle, but the girls that he had, it's just, you know, I did, trust me, maybe to them it was good treatment, but to me it wasn't. And so I wouldn't get, I'm not going to get much into that. And so I left, and I said, you know what, I'm going to stay with my dad. I'm going to stay with my dad. So, my father, my dad that sent me away, yes. I went to stay with my dad, and so he had an empty room with nothing in it, and so I wanted to fix it. I was on the verge of getting some help to fix it up. So when I left the home, at this point, the place where I'm working at now is where I've been working since I left high school. When I was leaving the children's home, I got a scholarship to do an associate degree, and so and while studying to get that associate degree, I got a chance to be an intern at the company where I work now. And so I actually got permanent a few months after, because there was a post and I applied for it. I applied for it and I was eligible for the position, and so I got it, and from there on I've been there since. So this now is another part, I guess. This is definitely gonna be 2 parts. So yeah, I was working there, and so I got a little stipend while working, going to school. And so I would stay with my friend. So where I'm living now, I had a friend in this area. She's no longer here, and so I was staying with her. I would stay with her sometime, and then I would go back to, I would be back and forth. And so, well, one day my stepmother and we had a fallout. We actually fight, and my dad said if me and his woman can't agree, then I can't stay there. And so I had to leave there, and I had this other friend that I was staying with. So I told her, I was like, hey, my dad kicked me out and I have nowhere to live, and so I don't know if you could ask your mom if I could stay with you. And she asked her mom, and her mother said yes. And so I packed up most of my stuff and I left my dad's house, and that's that for our relationship. And so I was staying with the friend. Listen, something transpired. Let me just get into that. Her mom had some money. Remember, I was getting stipend from work. Her mom had some money. Now listen, I'm homeless. You guys put me up. You really think I would steal from somebody? So they put me up. And so I was living there for quite a while. You know, I would put towards food sometime. I mean, the money that I was getting at work, it wasn't a lot, but I still, you know, try to give where I could. And so I tried to I tried to give where I could, and I would, you know, buy some grocery for myself, you know, like if I'm home and I'm hungry. And her mom had some money. I don't know what happened with that money, trust me you guys, I did not take her money. But since the money went missing, she said I couldn't stay there anymore. And to top that off, the money went missing the same day I got paid and went to buy grocery. So I don't know if she think, well, to be honest, I feel like she think I took her money, which I didn't. And so, well, I guess she told her daughter that I couldn't stay there anymore. So of course I'm homeless. I don't have anywhere to live, and so she had a sister, and so I had to stay with the sister. So of course what I was earning was not sufficient to like pay rent and stuff like that. So I was just catching from, you know, spot to spot. And then I had this other friend. Listen, big up to all of my friends that, you know, you guys were there for me, so thanks a lot. I know you guys will see this video, so yeah, I won't call your names, but thank you so much, you know, for being there for me. And even to this day, this last girl, we are like still close. I mean, we follow, but we're still close. Yeah, so I was staying with her sometimes and her mom, and I was just back and forth. Listen, my camera died, and so I just went to take a shower and give it some time to charge and come back. So I think where I left off is, so I was staying with her sister, and so I was saying to myself, like, listen Tashawana, we cannot like, I need somewhere for my own, a place to call my own. And so even though I wasn't getting enough paid, I legit was like, okay, I'm going to have to prioritize and get somewhere. So I found this place. I was paying like $2,000 for rent. It was close to where I was staying with the sister, $2,000. And so listen, big up to my host mother from the last children's home, which is Jamaica National. She actually assisted me in getting a stove. I bought a 2-burner stove, and I went downtown. I bought a mattress, and my sister had a bed bottom, so I put it on that bed bottom. My big sister, she was living in Kingston, long story, and she went to the country to live, and so she left her TV and the bed bottom there. So I went to her previous place and took them. You know, I got some pots, plates and stuff like that. And at the time, yes, me and Babe was together. We've been together since high school, like my last year in high school. Yes, so he used to come and stay with me sometimes. And of course he's living with his mother and brothers, you know, cousins. So it was a full house, so there's no way I was going to live with him, no. So he would come and he would stay with me most of the times because I was so scared. It was just so scary. And then so the friend that I went to stay with, not the sister, the other friend who I would come to her house and stay as well, she assisted me in getting somewhere. And so I was paying $10,000 for rent there. Remember, at this point I was on staff, and so I could manage to pay the $10,000. But after I pay the rent and I buy food, like I wouldn't have like spending money. And so a lot of times my friend was going out, I couldn't get to go out because I was broke. I was a broke bitch.
Bye broke bitch, bye hoe.
Yeah, I mean I still am, but you know, me and Stephanie was friends, and a lot of times Stephanie would invite me out and I would be like, Steph, I cannot afford to go out. Of course sometimes she would take me out, but you know, like now that I can afford it, I would be like, Stephanie, remember when you used to invite me out? And I would be like, oh my god, I cannot afford it. And so either you volunteer to pay or I would just stay home because I didn't want to be a burden. You know, she can do it once in a while, but I wouldn't want it to be like a every time thing, so I would just stay home. And even my friend too, even sometimes when she take me out, she would used to have to cover the cost. And so, you know, from there till I got this place here, and so, you know, it just got better with time. And of course my mother came out of prison. When I was in the children's home, I didn't mention that, I forgot to, you know, put that in there. So my mother came out of prison, and so she came to look for us once. No, I think she came about 3 times. I don't remember, but she came to look for us a few times. And so, you know, we never really had a good relationship. So even though things got bad, you know, even though things got bad, you know, with my parents at one point in time, things were good, like they were good parents. But of course they fell off, and so I guess I had to live with that. We now have, it's not the best relationship, but it's the best we have had. And you know, I do forgive my mother. I do. So I do forgive my mother, and I said to myself, you know, if I can forgive my mother, I can forgive my father. And so for many years, you know, when Mother's Day would come around, I wouldn't post my mother, I wouldn't post my father. I remember there were times when it was Christmas. I hated Christmas, I hated holidays, like, you know, because, you know, I didn't have my family, and I think I'm somewhat family oriented, but I didn't have my family, so, you know, I would be down and stuff like that. But no, but I've really come a far way, because I wouldn't go on social media when it's Mother's Day or Father's Day or Christmas for that matter, just because I didn't want to, you know, have to see people with their family and be like, oh my god, I wish that was me. And so I'm so happy that I have my family, you know. I have a daughter. I'm going to try to be the best mother I can be. I really want us to have a good relationship. I want something that me and my mother didn't have. I want Kaylee to be able to come and talk to me about literally anything. I want to be her first best friend. I mean, of course there will be boundaries, but you know, of course I will. No, I'm just so annoyed, you know. Of course there will be boundaries, but I want to have a relationship, but I didn't have my mother, so that's one of the main things. And this is why I wanted to have a girl, you know. I wanted, you know, to give her all the love that I didn't get. And to be honest, I just felt that my mother didn't love me at one point, and it was with me for quite some time. But I am over it, you know. We worked on a relationship, and right now if my mother called me and I had my last, I would give it to my mother. Well, I'd give my mother over my father, but you get the gist. So we have come a far way, and listen, there's nothing my mother wouldn't do for me now. And so I'm kind of happy that way, you know. We didn't have a good relationship then, but we made an effort to make it work this time around. Of course, once I tried talking to her about the whole situation, and she was just not having it. And I get to realize that some parents are like that. I think they want to move on, but I think closure is necessary. But as I say, I'm past that, so I'll just leave it in the past as it relates to talking to her about it. So yeah, I'm so annoyed, like. But anyways, yes, I've been through it. So I wouldn't say, should I say molest? I don't even know what I'm going to name this video. But yes, I've been molested somewhat. I don't know what category to put that in. I've been homeless. I lived in different children's home. Yeah, I've gone days when when I'm starving and there's nothing to eat. So I've been through it all, and you know, I guess it somewhat stirred me into who I am now. And so they say the Lord doesn't give you more than what you can bear, and so I guess he put me in that position to, you know, strengthen me. And so every year it gets better. Like, I'm at my happiest, and I have to give God thanks, because trust me, without him I really don't know where I would be. Like, so let me just tell you, it doesn't matter what you're going through. Like, you can get up and stand on your 2 feet and walk out of what you're going through. Start something new, start over. It's not to start over many times. As you can see, I've been bouncing from house to house until I made it on my own and managing. So listen, don't make what you're going through now hinder you from what you want to do. Just fight the good fight, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, I hope this somewhat leaves you something with you guys who is watching. If you're going through something, trust me, you have persons who have been through worse than what I've been through, and they made it. And maybe I went through worse than what you're going through now, and look at me, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Like, the redundancy at work got me thinking like I want to go back to school and stuff. I have Kaylee depending on me, and so I can't fail her. So yeah, just don't give up. Like, yeah, just use me as a testimony for give you a push. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I didn't leave out anything. And for those who didn't see this tutorial where I was sharing a story with my dad, yes, my dad and I, we somewhat have a relationship again, so that's a plus. So for those who didn't see this tutorial, I did share a little story, and so if you didn't see that, then you're probably wondering if my dad and I have a relationship. Yes, we do have a relationship as well, but I think the relationship with my mom is more stronger. You know, my mother, she don't ask me for much, but yes, I hope I didn't leave out anything. Oh, also during the period of me not living anywhere, I actually graduated from high school. I finished my associate degree as well, and yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this left something with you. I hope this helps to motivate you in some way or another. I don't have much story time because you know in Jamaica the culture is different, so I rather keep some stuff personal, you know, to myself. But I really wanted to share this with you guys. So I love you guys so much. All the links to my social media will be in the description box, and I'll pop them up on the screen as well, so you can follow me on Instagram and Snap. I love you guys so much. Become a subscriber if you haven't subscribed already, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye babies.
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon.